hate glue. So today, let's try to make some slime without it. Our first no glue slime recipe of the day is kind of crazy, so stick with me. It's yogurt and cornstarch. It's gonna be incredible and amazing, and I can't wait to go on this journey together. So you start off with your cornstarch. I wanna make a good amount of slime here, so I'm gonna add 2 cups of cornstarch. Now, something interesting about me is I have like a visceral reaction to the texture of it. I hate it when it gets everywhere. Oh my gosh, I can feel it under my nails. Okay, next we have our Yoplait Original Good Source of Calcium. Oh, I broke it. I was just opening the yogurt. I swear this doesn't normally happen to me. It's literally as soon as the camera comes on, I am the messiest person ever. Look at that. Anyways, welcome to my office. Let's get some yogurt going. Okay, so I'm just gonna add half of this extremely liquidy Jello. I hope that it doesn't get worse from here because this is a pretty bad scene that we're in right now. Have you guys ever tried this before? Let me know down below because I've never heard of anyone doing this and I feel like I might be the first person to ever do it. The smells of the cornstarch mixing with the yogurt are unpleasant, to say the least. Looks like it's gonna need a little more yogurt. It's okay, because if I add too much yogurt, I will simply add more cornstarch. And if I add more cornstarch, I will simply add more yogurt until this grows into the grossest, largest slime we've ever had. This is feeling a bit more like dough than slime, but it is definitely slime adjacent. There are similarities, but I don't think we're there yet. Let's see what happens if I add a little bit of cornstarch. Thankfully, I very strategically and purposefully left a bunch of cornstarch on the side so that I can come back and use it later. This is feeling pretty good. Wait a second, this is a slime. I do feel like it's necessary for me to mix by hand though, just so I can really tell when it is fully a slime and when the cornstarch nightmare is officially over. I think I did it. I think this is officially a no glue slime. It's not the best slime ever, but with minimal mess and minimal effort, I came out on the other side with a relatively passable slime. Since the only 2 ingredients in here are yogurt and cornstarch, technically I just made an edible slime. So it's only right if I test it out. It only smells weird, and I've dropped it on the floor, and I've been touching it with my gross, grimy hands. No, I don't want to do it. I can't do it. Let's move on to our next slime. Our next slime is using toothpaste and salt, which I'm already very skeptical of because what is salt gonna do? But you know what? The last one worked, so I have to have my hopes somewhat high. In this container, I'm gonna use Crest Premium. And then in this one over here, I'm gonna use Colgate Optic White, which are 2 different brands to see 2 different slime results. Let's test it out. I've always wanted to do this. Well, this is actually way harder than I thought it would be. God, it's so weak. Okay, we're gonna have to do them one at a time. I like how this one looks. It looks like when you get those containers of peanut butter, but there's also jelly in there, but blue. This isn't as much toothpaste as I would expect. I would think there would be maybe more toothpaste. There we go. This one is the Crest one. This already kind of looks like slime, which is a great sign. Now let's add El Sal. Oh, what a horrible noise that just made. Why are you singing to me, Salt? I don't know what the ratio of toothpaste to salt is supposed to be, so let's just kind of wing it here together. Let's mix our slime now. I can see what's happening. Okay, that looks like it's almost thickening up a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. Now you might think, well, that doesn't look like slime at all. And maybe chill out for a second and wait for me to finish the whole thing. Okay, I'm just kidding. You're fine. The cool thing about this recipe is not only do you have to add toothpaste and salt, you also have to add a refrigerator, which is a really interesting ingredient for a recipe. So I'm gonna go put these in the fridge for a minute, and when we come back, we will see if it really turned them into slime. Here we have our refrigerated slimes. Now these containers are extremely cold at the moment. Here we have them. They both look pretty similar. They both look pretty unlike slime, if I'm honest. So let's test out whichever one this one is. I think the Crest or possibly the Colgate. I don't know. The Colgate. Oh, it's actually, this looks a lot like slime to me. There's definitely slime components to this, but I fear as soon as I warm it up with my hands, it will no longer be slime-like, and it's already so painful to play with because this is so cold. Why would you waste an entire precious tube of toothpaste doing this when it doesn't even really work? But who knows? That could just be the Crest one. The Colgate one might work. See, I'm guessing it's gonna feel pretty much exactly like this other one. Definitely a little bit sticky still. I think if you squint and don't look at it too closely, you could consider this a slime. Besides the feeling of the cold on your fingers and the numbness from the mint, this is a pretty good slime. Definitely better than the yogurt one in my opinion because it doesn't smell horrible. It smells very fresh. So if you can figure out a way to activate it a little bit more so that it doesn't stick to you as much, then, you know, this is a passable slime. I'll give this a solid 4 out of 10. We're getting there. And I have a feeling that the next recipe we try is gonna be even better than this one.
Up next, we have baby powder in water. What a weird mixture. I have a feeling, a very strong and most likely correct feeling. This is gonna be very similar to the yogurt. Please, I need to go to the gym, but only for my hands. Wait, is it already open? Oh, I think it was more of a mental failure than a physical failure on my part. And I can recognize that. And that's actually very strong of me to be able to recognize that. So in the end, something. It smells good. It looks like it's raining powder. How do babies eat this stuff? It smells horrible. I said the smell was bad. I kind of take it back. It's not the worst. It does smell floral, which so many of our slimes smell floral. The feeling is just like the cornstarch feeling. I'm getting a feeling this might just be cornstarch. Why are the babies trying to convince us that this isn't cornstarch? What are the ingredients? Cornstarch. First ingredient is cornstarch. Yeah, we got you, babies. Nice try. Looking at it right now, you'd think, oh, that's way too liquidy. No, that's not a slime. You're wrong. You crunch it up, put pressure on it. Now it's too activated. What the heck is going on? Those babies lied to you. This is not a slime. This is what's called oobleck, which you can't play with it in a slime way. If you just leave oobleck with no resistance, it will melt, which is super cool. You put pressure on it, it will turn to a solid, which is awesome and cool, but not at all a slime. And I will give it a 0 out of 10. It's a great oobleck, horrible slime. Never trust a baby. Next
up, we have what? More cornstarch? Yeah, more cornstarch. Great. This is the worst video I've ever made. I'm just kidding. I'm having a great time. But for this one, we're using cornstarch. And water again, which didn't work very well last time, but we're gonna give it a chance because all I need to do is grate all of this soap as if it's cheese, and then somehow that's supposed to activate my slime. But yeah, this is surprisingly satisfying. This is like, have you guys ever grated cheese before? In my opinion, that's pretty satisfying. But something about it being slightly thicker is kind of nice. Okay, now I'm going to take all of these. Wow, that feels super cool already. Awesome, I have a good feeling about this. We're gonna take all of these soap shavings, gonna add my slightly warm water in here, dissolve the soap shavings. This is like a crazy new feeling that I've never felt. It's actually quite cool. This is maybe one of the messiest videos I've done in a couple months. If you guys used to watch Peachybbies back in the day, like 3 months ago, I would be this messy in every video, but I've kind of chilled out, proud of myself. Looks like we're right back at it. Good thing I didn't use any red dye in this video. Check this out. It's like awesome looking. Now I just have to open the cornstarch container and add the cornstarch by myself right now. It's almost like my hands are covered in soap. So this will be our third slime of the day, where we're using cornstarch or things similar to cornstarch. I feel like the yogurt one worked so well because the yogurt was thick enough to hold up the oobleck when it was in its liquid form. Of course, the water by itself with baby powder was not thick enough, but maybe the soap is the thickening agent to make a beautiful slime. And I would much rather make a slime out of soap than yogurt. I don't know about you guys. I always prefer soap on my hands instead of yogurt all over my hands. There we go, something's happening. Oh my gosh, here we go, you guys. It smells like cornstarch again. So it feels like a slime, just still extremely sticky. I don't know, I'm so torn between it being too crumbly and not having enough cornstarch. Like if it had more cornstarch, it would be less sticky, but if it had less cornstarch, it would be less crumbly. This might just be a bad recipe. If you have hours to dedicate to this recipe, I feel like it could work. So far, all of our recipes have been wins, basically. This is not a good slime recipe. I don't recommend doing this one. And now I'm upset.
The next slime calls for bubblegum. So here in front of me, I have some bubblegum. I don't know what that is, but I know what bubblegum is, and I don't know what the accent that I was doing is. I have butter lotion and some bubblegum. Oh, come on, they're all individually wrapped. Okay, I'm gonna sit here and open up all of these tiny pieces of gum, and I will check up with you guys once I'm finally done with this exhausting task. Wow, that was exhausting. I now have this huge amount of bubblegum all ready to go. The crazy thing is, the next step is to microwave it. Let's go find a microwave.
I burnt my bubble gum. I left it in the microwave too long and now it's burnt. But that's perfect because the second ingredient in this no glue slime is soothing butter lotion. And what do you do to a burn? You soothe it. So first I'm gonna mix this up just a little bit. Smells strange, but better than cornstarch. Say it with me, everybody. Better than cornstarch. All right, now we just gotta add a little bit of our butter lotion. There we go, I got a little bit. Okay, now that we have our soothing butter lotion and our burnt bubble gum, foam. Let's just give it a little mixy mix. Oh, this looks horrifying. Ugh. This is just like melting the lotion. It's just hard. Oh, this is the worst one we've made, I think. There should be a slime coming around any second now. This is gonna turn into a, would you look at that? A slime, we did it. Who am I kidding? All of these slimes have been absolutely horrible. Slime needs glue. That's why at peachybbies.com we have the most high quality slimes made with the most high quality glue if you'd like to go check them out. But if you have any better no glue slime recipes, please leave them in the comments. I will read them and consider them. But besides that, I guess I'll see you later.